eat any abominable thing.
So it states, thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. Okay? So that proves that when it states that you may eat whatsoever your soul lusteth after, it's not talking about every single creature under the sun that you feel your soul is lusting after. For example, swine, crabs, lobsters, shrimps. Okay? You got some people who eat frog legs, rabbit, duck. Okay? Snake. Okay? It's not talking about all those different. 1 second. Is it clear now? As a matter of fact, let me just 1 second. 1 second. Let me sort this out real quick. All right, how about now? Is that much better? It keeps for some reason going blurry. All right, is that better, Brother Dell? Okay, good. All right. So once again, Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 3. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing.
So it states, ye shall not eat any abominable thing. The question is, which things are abominable? Okay? Which things are not abominable? In order to figure this out, you must read the dietary law that the Most High set forth in the Old Testament. Okay? So now, this is not talking about when it says you can eat whatever your soul lusteth after. This is not talking about you being able to eat whatsoever you think is fit in your own eyes. Okay? It's whatsoever your soul lusteth after, which the Most High has sanctified and made clean. I'll repeat that again. It's whatsoever your soul lusteth after, out of those things which the Most High sanctified and made clean. As the roebuck, as the hart, as the ox, as the lamb, as the goat. Okay? Let's go back to Deuteronomy 12. So now we see, according to the Old Testament, that, the book of Deuteronomy, staying in the book of Deuteronomy, that a few chapters over, it reiterates the dietary law. Okay, so when it says whatsoever your soul lusteth after, we know it's not talking about what people may perceive it as. Someone saying that my soul is lusting after pork chops and baby back ribs. My soul is lusting after crab legs and lobsters and shrimps. It's not talking about those particular foods. Okay, or I don't want to say food. It's not talking about those types of scavengers because they're not food. But now, as you read on, it states, which the Most High have given, the unclean and the clean may eat thereof. The question is, what is that? What does that mean? Okay? Can you read some of these? Yeah, I apologize. For some reason, it keeps getting blurry. I'll try to move it back some so that it doesn't get blurry. Okay? So anyway, I think it's the fan. It's like every time it turns around, it. Now just keep it, pointed towards one area. Let me see. It's not doing it now. We'll continue on to see what's happening. It's still, so it's not the fan. It's whenever someone lift up their hand or something like that. Just 1 second. See that?
Yeah, it's not really the first time they've been doing it. It always.
Yeah. Just 1 second. We're trying to figure something out here. All right, let's continue on. All right. So anyway, what does it mean when it states? Let's see if we got some answers. A few people got it correct. Okay? A few people got it correct. Okay? When it says the clean and the unclean may eat, it's not talking about clean and unclean animals. Okay? When it says the clean and the unclean may eat, that's talking about both the Jews and those of the other nations. Okay? May eat of these particular foods when they come into the land. Those who came amongst the children of Israel. Okay? That's what it's talking about where it says the clean and the unclean may eat. Also is going to being clean ceremonially and unclean ceremonially. Okay? It's also going into ceremonially being clean and unclean. Those who may partake in these particular foods. Those who can eat these particular beasts whom the Most High have sanctified. Okay? So when it says the clean and the unclean, it's not talking about clean and unclean animals. Okay? It's talking about people. Okay? Let's go to, let's read on. Who's next?
Got 3 more.
One more?
3 more. To verse 16.
Yeah, verse 16, go ahead.
Only ye shall not eat the blood. Ye shall pour it upon the earth as water.
So it says, only ye shall not eat the blood. Ye shall pour it upon the earth as water. Okay? The Most High continually tells his people, even during the time of Noah, you read about how the Most High told him to abstain from eating blood. Okay? And we covered this last week in class, how that the blood, the reason why the Most High told us not to is because the blood contains the life of any creature which the Most High have created. Okay? The blood contains the life, the soul. Okay? So when you eat that, you now are taking on the soul or the blood of that particular animal. Okay? Also, the blood contains what is called DNA. Okay? So when you start consuming the blood and the DNA of these particular animals, now you start playing around with the Most High's creation. Okay? You start changing yourself into something that the Most High didn't create. Okay? And an example I like to give, especially with these genetically modified organisms, these GMOs that they are now pushing extensively for people to eat all throughout the earth. Okay? One thing they understand is that you are what you eat. Okay? And people once understood this simple understanding or the simple principle of you are what you eat. Okay? So the question is, if you eat genetically modified organisms, or if you eat genetically modified organisms, as time goes on, what eventually will happen? Okay? Your system you eventually will become a genetically modified organism through time. Okay? Your chemical structure or your body structure, your DNA, those things will start to change and reshape based on the things that you put in your body, like these different chemicals that they're putting in the food to destroy, basically destroy our being. Okay? But we don't want to go too far into that. That's a whole nother lesson and another time. But that gives you understanding as to why the Most High told us to abstain from the blood. Okay? Verse 17. Who's next?
Verse 17. Thou mayest not eat from thy gates the tithe of thy corn, or the tithe of thy wine, or of thy oil, or the first of the herbs or the flock, nor any of the vows which thou vowest, nor thy freewill offerings or heap offering of thy hand. Thou mayest eat them before the Most High thy power in a place which the Most High thy power shall choose.
So it states, verse 17 through 18, it states that thou mayest not eat within thy gates the tithe of thy corn and all those things that you were supposed to offer unto the Most High for tithes and offerings. Okay? It says you mayest not eat these things in your gates. An example of that, let's say if you dwelt in the land of Naphtali. Okay? If you were of the tribe of Naphtali and you dwelt within the land of Naphtali, you were not allowed to eat the tithes or the things that you separated to be given as tithes within your gates. Okay? If you were in the land of Gad, the land of Ephraim, or any of those other lands, you were not allowed to eat the tithes of your increase, or the things that you separated for tithes out of your increase within your land. But you had to go into the land in which the Most High had chosen. Okay? That land, once again, was the land of Jerusalem. Go ahead.
thou and thy son and thy daughter, and thy manservant and thy maidservant, and the Levite that is within thy gates, and thou shalt rejoice before the Most High thy power and all that thou puttest thy hands unto. Take heed to thyself, that thou forsake not the Levite, as long as thou livest upon the earth. Most High power shall enlarge thy border, as he hath promised thee, and thou shalt say, I will eat flesh because thy soul longeth to eat flesh. Thou mayest eat flesh whatsoever thy soul lusteth after.
Once again, it states that when it comes into our mind, or when it comes within our spirit, so to speak, that we decide we want to eat flesh. Okay? The Most High says that we must, or we can eat flesh, whatsoever our soul lusteth after. Okay? But that's out of the things that the Most High sanctified to be clean. Okay? Not the things which you consider to be good, or the things that you consider your souls to be lusting after. Okay? It is only those things which the Most High have separated and sanctified to be clean and to be consumed as food. Okay? Pigs were never made to be food. Ducks were never made to be food. Rabbits were never made to be food. Snakes were never made to be food. Clams, lobsters, crabs, and shrimps were never created to be food. Catfish was not considered or created to be food. It was created to be a scavenger to clean up all the unclean things that go into the waters when it comes to the scavengers of the waters. Okay? When you get certain garbage and certain thing in the waters, dead bodies or whatsoever goes into the waters, these particular scavengers go and they eat these things and they consume these things. Okay? So if you're a person that likes clams and lobsters and shrimps and all those things that eat, if anything that goes into the waters or those things that clean the waters, two things will happen. Number one, the waters will become polluted, as we see today. Okay? Because we're consuming the things that clean the water is polluted. Okay? There's nothing in the waters to clean it. Okay? The second thing that will happen is all the things that those scavengers eat, you will now intake. Once you start eating in those things, you start consuming those things as food. Okay? So if a crab had a dead body at the bottom of the ocean that it was snacking on, and you go and you eat that crab, you're now partaking in that dead body. Okay? So this is what happens when you go outside of the order which the Most High set. Okay? And this is just dealing with the dietary law. Imagine all the other things which happen when we go outside of the order of the Heavenly Father. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 21. The place which the Most High thy power hath chosen to put his name there, be too far from thee. Then thou shalt kill of thy herd and of thy flock which the Most High hath given thee.
So it says you will kill, or thou shalt kill of thy herd and thy flock, which the Most High hath given thee. What?
As I have commanded thee, and thou shalt eat in thy gates whatsoever thy soul lusteth.
And it says you must eat in your gate whatsoever your soul lusteth after. And one key thing that it mentions as we read all throughout the Old Testament, it continually states that we must eat of our herds and our flocks which the Most High gave us.